Hey y'all, come on in here. As you guys are coming in, oh, this is about to fall. There we go. As you guys are coming in, comment freedom in the chat. Comment freedom in the chat. We are talking all things financial freedom. What's up, Odell? Happy New Year, brother. I miss you. Hope you're well. Say hi to wifey for me. Freedom. You guys, we are also live on YouTube. So if you see me looking to my left, that's our YouTube fam. Freedom. All right, y'all, come on in here because we have a few things to talk about. 2024. A lot of things are changing in business, and this is going to be relevant to you if you already have a business and if you're thinking about starting a new business or starting another business, okay? So let's say you already have an LLC. Thank y'all so much. Oh, yay, you just talked to Mia. Amazing. I cannot wait to see you guys in my financial freedom challenge, 5-day challenge coming up. But right now we're talking about some business updates. So lots of changes, and I want to make sure we go over these. So if you already have a business, but you're thinking about starting another business, like having another LLC, there's some things you need to mention. There's some things you need to know. Additionally, we're going to talk about things you can do to get your business finances together, make more money this year, and also get funding, because you know I'm the funding girl. So we got to talk about grants. We got to talk about business credit. But the business finances are definitely key, because what our overarching theme for this year is financial freedom. And we cannot have financial freedom if we don't have our money organized, right? If our money is funny, we cannot be free. Okay, so we got to make sure we get our money right so that we can achieve financial freedom. So the first thing that I want to make sure you guys understand, because I've seen a lot of different videos all over the internet about the form that you have to fill out, which is essentially called your beneficial ownership information. Okay, beneficial ownership information form. So I want you guys to comment 3 letters, comment BOI. Because I got to make sure this is ingrained in your brain. Because one thing we're not going to let happen, I am not about to have my community get these fees. Okay? No, ma'am. Because here's the thing. If you do not file your beneficial ownership form, you could be fined $500 a day all the way up to $10,000 until they receive your form. And I'm like, I don't know about all these other people, but the people in my tribe, you know, in the Ellie Talks Money family, I got to make sure you guys are together. So I want you guys to comment 3 letters, comment B-O. Y'all know this cough is not trying to leave me alone. I literally drink like 4 of these a day. I drink so much water. So I want you guys to comment BOI. So your beneficial ownership form, this is something that was put in place basically at the end of last year. And it states that if you form a business this year in 2024, you essentially have 90 days to file your first beneficial ownership form. And those who are required to file are anyone that has an LLC, a corporation. I was going to put a screenshot up, but it was too small. So I'm just reading it to you from the website. A corporation, limited liability company formed in the United States, which basically applies to all of us who have a business, or even a foreign company that is registered to do business in any U.S. state. Now, remember, I've taught you guys many times that you do not have to be a U.S. citizen to have a business here. So I've got students in Jamaica, Nigeria, the UK. If you guys are on this live right now and you have formed a business in the U.S., you need to file this, okay? So let's get into like the dates and etc. So if your company was registered before January 1st, 2024, pay attention. We have until January 1st, 2025 to file our form. Okay? So if you formed your LLC on December 31st, 2023, you have until January 1st, 2025 to file. I'm going to say it again. If you already had a business, you have until January 1st, 2025 to file. Now, if your company was created since January 1st of this year, so within the last 16 days, basically, you have to file. Well, you're given 90 days for your first filing, but you know what? I don't even want you to think about the 90 days because 30 days is the amount of time you have going forward. So let me explain. If you filed January 1st or any time between now and then, you basically have 30 days to file. Now, let's say you decide to file June 15th for a new LLC. You have 30 days to file that form, okay? So from whatever date you form a new business entity, you have to file within 30 days. Y'all got it? Comment got it if you got it. So you can get this information on FinCEN.gov. And I'll write that. Well, in the comments, YouTube, I don't know how to type a comment here yet, but it's FIN. Let me just show you guys. So look at the website. YouTube, I'm about to pick up my phone in a second. Hold on. Beneficial ownership form. Okay. So it's the main thing on the site. And this is also where you're going to e-file and submit, excuse me, your beneficial ownership form. Okay. So I'm reading about it. Let me actually go back. Oh, I'm reading about it right here, which is on the Nevada Secretary of State website. But let's look at the info. If your company was created before January 1st, 2024, you have until January 1st, 2025 to report your beneficial ownership information form. Okay, if it's registered after January 1st of this year, you have to report within 30 days. Okay, any updates or corrections to beneficial ownership that you previously filed must be submitted as well within 30 days. So what that means is, and let me just put this back up here. So some of the things, and YouTube, let me show y'all. Now, how do I turn the camera around on YouTube? Wait. Oh, here we go. So you can go to this site, FinCEN, which is FinCEN.gov. Basically, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. That sounds super scary, financial crimes enforcement. But this is why we don't want to play with this. You don't want to be late. And in just a second, I'm going to talk about why I believe this exists, okay? So here's where you're going to find the information, beneficial ownership information form, and this is also where you're going to submit, okay? So essentially, I believe that this is put in place because I want you guys to look at the data, okay? Y'all know I'm a data girl, so I'm going to do some research. Statistically, Black women are creating the most LLCs, especially since 2020. And it's not only been Black women, but POCs, people of color in general, have significantly been creating more business entities than almost any other group. And let's think about what's happened since 2020. We love our brothers and sisters, yes, but we know that people were forming LLCs just to get the PPP loans. We know that they were forming LLCs just to get, what was the other one? The EIDL situation. You know, we know a lot of things were going on because there was so much money being given to business owners in 2020 and 2021. So there are obviously some people who honestly got that money, but we also know that there are some people who did not honestly get that money. And so what happens when, right, historically, what happens when people of color, Black people and communities, show up in overwhelming numbers and start to utilize the system to their advantage, right? What do we see? When Black people started having more money and wanted to move into white neighborhoods, what happened? Redlining, right? Oh, all of a sudden, there's a new law and you can't get a loan. Oh, okay. What happened when we started owning businesses and having bank accounts? Oh, all of a sudden, we bombing. It's a bomb. The whole city is burned down. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right? Oh, all of a sudden, your account is no longer valid. Your account has been seized. Oh, you got some land. Oh, all of a sudden, this paperwork is not valid. I'm not saying anything, but I am saying something. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Comment got it if you got it. Okay? I'm not saying a lot, but I am saying a little bit. Okay? So I really just want us to pay attention, because the information that the beneficial ownership form is asking you is almost identical to your statement of information that you have to file yearly with your Secretary of State. So, and there's no penalty when you don't file your statement of information, right? Now, you should do it, but we'll talk about that in another live. So your statement of information asks you things like who are the owners, your address, et cetera, et cetera. Your beneficial ownership form almost asks you the same questions. So why is there this new requirement, and why are we penalized $500 a day if we don't file? Okay. So we have to pay attention. So, I'm not saying that the two are directly related and correlated, but look at the data. We have been forming business entities in droves in the last few years, more than any other group. And now we got to file this form. Okay. We're not saying a lot, but we are saying a little something. And that's all I'm going to say here. That's all I'm going to say. But y'all, okay. That's all we're going to say. So, let's go over these deadlines again, because what we're not going to have, like I said, nobody in the Ellie Talks Money community is getting these fees, all right? So if you had a business before this year registered, your due date is January 1st, 2025. Come November, December, I'm going to host a little beneficial ownership form party on live. And we are all going to file our beneficial ownership form together. Because y'all not about to get us. Okay, so if y'all need a reminder, set your calendar for December 1st, 2024, the end of this year. We're going to all get on a little Zoom together, get on your Zoom or Instagram Live, and we're going to file these forms all together as a group. So we're going to be early for that January 1st, 2025 deadline, because nobody here is paying a dime in these fees. Okay, period. Now, for those of you who are expanding your businesses this year, I teach you guys all the time if you're going to open up a new business, and YouTube, y'all are invited too, okay? So those of you who are opening up a new business this year, which you should, you're growing, we're making money, like let's have more businesses, you must make sure that you file within 30 days. So here's what I would recommend. When you guys form new businesses, because you probably will form an LLC this year, whether you're a new business owner or if you already have a business, and you're forming an LLC to protect a different asset, or you want to do churro, or you want to start a vending machine, you're probably going to form an LLC this year. So I want you guys to think about like what's on your checklist. So somebody said I have 90 days. So let me tell you, again, the 90 days is just the first deadline because this is new. So they're giving everyone who forms an LLC 90 days. But after that, it will be 30 days. So I recommend that you just train your mind that it's 30 days. Because what you don't want to do is think that we still have this 90-day period and then all of a sudden we don't and you have a fee. Just, girl, do it in 30 days. Don't. Because yes, on the site, they're like, yeah, you have 90 days if it's your first time, it's 2024, it's a new year. But I highly recommend just ignore that. I feel like it's a trap, and just submit within 30 days. Okay? When you're early, you can never be late. Okay? When you're early, you can never be late. All right? So as I was saying, what goes into your kind of new business checklist? Of course, your LLC. Of course, you're going to open up your business bank account, get your EIN, build your business credit, and etc. But 2 additional things that I want you to add onto your list of things to do are, number 1, make sure you file your statement of information because that is due to your Secretary of State. And secondly, the next day after your LLC is approved, just go onto the site, fincin.gov, and file your BOI. Just go and do it. Don't even wait for 30 days. As soon as you get your LLC approved, just go onto the site and do it. File. E-filing system. Okay? E-filing system. So you just want to go ahead and file. Right here. Boom. E-filing system. Wham bam. So I already have this on like my list of exactly do it in 2 weeks. I already have this because I know I'm going to be forming probably at least 2 entities this year. So this is already on my list of like, okay, just make it a part of the process. We didn't have to have this before, but we have to have it now. All right. So your statement of information with your Secretary of State basically is a form where you're, sharing with your Secretary of State your name, your phone number, your address, your email, any other pertinent information about your business. Because one thing you have to know is if your address for your business has changed, you have to tell your Secretary of State. If your name has changed, you have to tell your Secretary of State. So this is why they ask you to file this on a yearly basis. They don't charge you the way that the BOI will charge you, but it could lead to your LLC essentially being put in negative standing, which we don't want to do. That's not good. Okay. So again, the BOI is your beneficial ownership information form. This is a new policy enforced by the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. So anything with the word crime in it, I'm good. Yeah, what y'all want me to do? Okay. Because, we just try to make money. I don't want that word. Anything with the word crime, y'all, I'm like, oh no, let's make sure that our people really know what's going on and what to do. So we have to file this, okay? Now, a second thing we got to go over. I want y'all to go ahead and comment Cash App in the chat. Just go ahead and comment Cash App. And no, it is free to file your BOI and your statement of information. But if you don't file your BOI, again, you're charged $500 a day up to $10,000. So we don't want to do that. And I haven't gone through the whole form, but to my understanding, it takes like 10 minutes. So it's not super crazy. But yeah, go ahead and comment Cash App in the chat, y'all. Because, I love y'all, but as your business bestie, okay, your sister in finance / your auntie low-key / y'all are the aunties and uncles of my nieces and nephews, so we're basically family. Yeah, I need to get some of y'all together because y'all are still out here using Cash App, Venmo, Zelle for your business. And I've been telling you guys since last year, I said, hey, you Cash App Kathy's and you Venmo Veronica's, it's time to let it go. Stop using the payment platforms to accept money into your business. What have I been telling y'all? I said, sis, you need to use a payment processor. But y'all was like, no, I love Cash App. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in 2022, the IRS basically said, oh, we're about to start taxing people who receive over $600 in money transfers. So Cash Apps, Zelles, and Venmos. Do y'all remember that? So it didn't end up happening in 2022. It also didn't end up happening in 2023. But guess what? It's happening this year. Now, a couple updates I have for you guys, okay? Let me turn the camera. So here's the thing. The IRS is implementing the 1099-K reporting requirement. That means if you receive $5,000 or more in income via third-party payment apps like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle in 2024, you will receive a 1099-K next year. Will, as in no, maybe. This is going to happen. And so I read a couple articles because y'all know, you know me, I'm always going to read. So I read a couple articles about, why did the IRS wait from 2022? And essentially, they wanted to take their time to make sure they really got it right. So, they scared people with the $600 thing in 2022. But after working with these companies, Cash App, Zelle, they realized that wasn't really realistic. And so they took their time to get it right. And now they're implementing it this year. So I say all that to say, if you are receiving business payments, and you guys love to tell me, oh, but Cash App, is connected to Stripe or whatever. Cash App is business. You can have Venmo business. Y'all love to tell me that. But what the IRS is telling you is, okay, even if it's Venmo business, I still want my check. I still want my money. I want to know who paid you so I can send you this 1099-K. So what does this mean? Now, of course, if we're sending money to each other for dinner, or I send you money for your daughter's, school supplies, that is a personal payment. So you have to make sure that you are selecting things like, personal, because, sending money to your friend to get her nails done, that's not something that's going to be taxed. But let me say this. Hey, y'all. And yes, PayPal, this applies to PayPal. They're on the list. The 4 processors are PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and Zelle. 4. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. So payments received as income, if you have a business, are going to be taxed. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's make sure we understand. Don't try to be slick with the IRS. Because I already know we're going to have some business besties in our community say, oh, okay, well, if I just receive a payment for business, but label it as personal, then nothing's going to happen. But the IRS is smarter. They really are. Because why? There's like 90,000 agents And their whole job is to think about how people might try to outsmart the system. So if they know that you have a business and you've gotten $20,000 in personal payments, not only are they going to ask you for details, but they're also going to ask the people who sent it to you for details. Excuse me. And while you might be like stoic and you might know what to say, your homegirl, if the IRS asks her and they send her a letter, hey, what were these payments for? She might see IRS on the letterhead and freak out and spill the beans. Because sis is like, look, I love you, but I love me first. I got to put me first. So, no, that was definitely for some services, okay? So just don't even do it. The best way to avoid this completely is to use a payment processor. Right, I know we all have that friend, okay? And we love our homegirl, but she's like, girl, I got kids. And the IRS is calling me, asking me some questions about these cash apps I sent you this year. And I gotta look out for me. So let's get clear on what the payment processors are. So you should be, even PayPal is on this list, right? And I'm sure the reason why PayPal is on this list is because if you guys remember, PayPal has the family and friends option, which I've always known was shady, right? So if anyone is asking you for a service or you're paying them for a service and they tell you to select family and friends option on PayPal, run fast. Don't engage, because family and friends means it's categorized as a personal payment for them. And in addition to that, there's no recourse. So if they don't deliver the service, you cannot get your money back. All right. So run very fast if someone asks you for that. But let's get into the payment processors we should be using. So Stripe is always going to be a great one. Square is also a great one. Also, if you all are selling products, Shopify is a payment processor in and of itself. Okay, so if you're selling things online, use Shopify. If you're selling digital products, courses, classes, use Thinkific or whatever platform you're on that is, its own version of a payment processor, right? Yes, Klarna as well. So if you're connecting Klarna to your Shopify store, then that's how you're using it for payments. Another one that you can use is, for example, let me think. Well, it really depends on what kind of business you have, but Stripe works with all businesses. Square works with all businesses. And I also wanted to mention QuickBooks. QuickBooks is also good. Okay, yes, I see you commenting, Clover. Thank you for writing those in the comments, Carlos. So people are commenting in case you missed it. Stripe, Square, Shopify, Klarna. Can you get a list? Yes. So again, we have our free financial freedom class on Thursday. I only have about 100 and, let me see. I think we have 170 seats left. So you need to register for class. It is my free financial freedom class this Thursday. And we're going to be talking about how you're going to make money online this year, things you need to know, and a lot of what we're covering today. I'll go into more detail in class. So make sure you're there for that. But yes, QuickBooks, Stripe, Square, Shopify, if you're selling digital products. And here's a pro tip about QuickBooks, y'all. So when you are using QuickBooks as your payment processor, so if you're a service-based business and you're sending invoices, you should be sending those through QuickBooks. And then the great thing about QuickBooks is that when you have a payment made, you start to qualify for their internal line of credit. Now, the QuickBooks Capital program is what it's called, right? That line of credit, you do not need to use your social security number to qualify. They're basically going to see the pattern of the payments that are being made through your account. and based on that, offer you anywhere between $11,000 to $100,000. That's the range that I've seen. I've seen students get as low as $11,000 offered. And then I've seen some of my, higher earning students get $100,000 offered in working capital. So again, using payment processors, even Stripe does this. So when you continue, right, QuickBooks should sponsor me. So when you use Stripe, Square, and actual payment processors, you're rewarded for using them. You're going to get offered a line of credit. Has Cash App ever offered us a line of credit? Has Venmo ever offered us a line of credit? Has Zelle? I love Zelle, but only for personal things, right? I Zelle my parents, but has Zelle ever offered us a line of credit? No, ma'am. So there are perks and benefits to using these payment processor programs, because when you are in a position, and let me tell you, it usually takes 60 to 90 days to qualify for a line of credit, sometimes faster depending on how many invoices or how many payments you're receiving. But think of it this way, if you're getting, 3 to 4 Cash Apps per week because you do hair or nails, and so instead you start collecting, those as Stripe payments or QuickBook payments, that's 3 to 4 invoices or payments that are being made through your payment processor. You will qualify for a line of credit and working capital so quickly. So quickly. So it's really about making the switch. Because I'm going to show it to y'all again right here. And YouTube, I'm about to show you too. Okay, so as I mentioned, so they're going to start tracking your transactions this year. If you receive over $5,000 via third-party payments like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, you're going to get a 1099 next year, right? So when at the end of the year, you usually get your 1099s like January 1st or January 15th of 2025, whatever the next year is, you're going to get it next year. And this is happening. It is not a maybe. This is definitely happening. So you really want to make sure that you are ready, because you're going to have to claim this money on your taxes in 2025. Okay? Now, it's all third-party payment apps, but we know that the most popular ones are PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App. If you're already on a platform like Fiverr or Upwork, those payments will have to be reported too. But the good thing is Fiverr and Upwork have internal ways of calculating how much you've made. So it's not like it's not going to be clear. Okay? So here's the specifics on, friends and family money. So money received from a family member as a birthday gift is not taxed. Money received for covering a restaurant bill, is not taxed. Money from your roommate, like for rent, is not taxed. So you don't have to claim it. So that'll be a good thing. It's going to give you, Cash App, I think already, like you can say what this is for or select what type of payment it is. But you've got to understand that anything outside of that, especially if you're a business owner, you're going to be charged. Okay? You're going to be charged. So you all can basically look this up, and I do recommend you read it, but you're going to search a 1099K rule. Okay, I want you guys to comment that in the chat. Comment 1099K. So I make sure you understand what this, tax change is. So I, read about it, go look at it. We're going to talk about it more in class on Thursday. But 1099K is what you should write down. Yes, you can register for class. I'm going to show you guys how to register. Payment processors are not, well, here's the thing. It's not that payment processors aren't taxed, but it's already documented as business income. So, you know, when you're using Stripe, you can't use Stripe without having a business bank account. So, you know, the money is already going to go into your business bank account like it's a part of your business income. What the problem is that a lot of people weren't using payment processors because they don't want to show that their business is making money. So they're using Cash App, Zelle, etc. And look, this ties into what I was telling y'all earlier. What did we say? Black and brown business owners have overwhelmingly created the most amount of businesses since 2020. Which means what? There was a lot of money being made between 2020 and 2022. I mean, we know that, right? Yes, businesses lost money, but we also know that some people made a lot of money. And so why do you think the IRS decided in 2022 that they had to crack down and see where is all this money going? Are you guys seeing the pattern? Right? I mean, you know, like I said, we're not saying a lot, but we are saying a little something. So, you know, this BOI form, the fact that now the IRS wants to know what we're doing on Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, etc. It's all related to the fact that, again, disproportionately, we have created the most amount of businesses in the last 3 years. And it's a wonderful thing because I think, you know, Black-owned businesses, we are really striving to get better. I know that when I started my business and started teaching you guys in 2021 about get your LLC, get your business credit, you know, I know at least 10,000 people just from me alone went and formed new businesses. I'm very sure of that. It could even be more because 70,000 people have purchased my products since 2021. So, you know, I know they're probably like, this girl, she doing too much. She done woke up the people. And now we have all these LLC applications. So that could definitely be a part of it, y'all. But what we do know for a fact is the IRS, FinCEN, you know, these different forms and requirements are coming because of the fact that there are so many more of us in this business ownership space than there have ever been. Like ever. The numbers are higher than ever. So the most important thing we can do, and the most important thing I'm going to do as, you know, a creator, a business coach, and an educator is make sure that you guys know what to do, because this is not going to be the last kind of requirement. You know, I just believe this is the first of many. The BOI is here that we have to file. Now, you know, they want to see what's going on in our Cash App, what's going on in our Venmo. And I don't necessarily have a problem with this rule because, again, you should be using payment processors anyway. It's a better result for your business. But they saw the hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars that were going through Cash App, Zelle, Venmo with businesses, particularly Black-owned and minority-owned businesses. And they're like, oh, we got to make sure that we get our cut. Okay, so as we continue to make more money and as we continue to be more successful and as we continue to form more businesses, just stay ready. Y'all, just stay ready because, you know, there's going to be other things coming. Yes, comment got it in the chat if you got it. Yes, I am with my 5th child. Everybody keeps telling me they can see it in my cheeks and my nose a little bit. Y'all, I stopped wearing makeup, so I literally don't wear makeup anymore. It's almost too hot in Senegal. So I feel like you can really see, you know, the way I can't contour anything. So I can't hide the nose, can't hide the cheeks. You know, I'm like, this baby is, and making me hot, y'all. I get so hot so easily. But yes, I am expecting a baby number 5. I'm so excited. So that's why I'm like, I'm motivated to make sure that my community has what, we need, because listen, y'all, once I pop this baby around the middle of the year, y'all not gonna see me for a little bit. So let's get to work right now. We have the next 5 months. Thank y'all so much. We have the next 5 months to really make a dent in this financial freedom, get our funding, get our grants, get our businesses. Yes, my hubby is Senegalese. So let's get to work. Okay, let's get to work. I'm feeling very grateful because this is my first time being pregnant where I can actually take a leave. Every time I've had a child, I've always had to just work. There was not, when I had my twins, I was unemployed. So I really didn't have a choice but to stay home. But I never had the ability to choose rest, to choose rest and to say, I'm good, I'm not working, and it's good. We can do that. Freedom, financial freedom. So that is why that is my theme for this year, because I'm very grateful that I've been able to create financial freedom in my life. And so God and the baby were like, you know what, Mom? You should start talking about that this year. Before you have me, make that the goal to help other people get financial freedom too. So I shared this with you guys yesterday. We're going to talk about funding this year and grants. That's what I built my business on. But we're also going to be talking financial freedom and how you're going to make money, grow your business, because that is ultimately what is going to set you free, and we deserve that. We deserve that. So let's get to work. So let's do a quick recap, okay? So the first thing we discussed was the beneficial ownership information form. Again, if you filed or created your business last year or anytime before 2024, you have until January 1st, 2025 to file your first beneficial ownership form, okay? Now, if you are going to be filing this year, or if you have already created an LLC since January 1st of this year, you have 30 days from the time your LLC is created to file your beneficial ownership form. You must make sure you are on time, because you will be charged $500 a day, up to $10,000 if you do not file. And I'm sure we could all think of about 1,000 other ways to use $10,000 than to give it to the government. So we're not going to do that. Okay. Excuse me. On the website where you're doing this, just to show you guys one more time, is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or fincen.gov. And then boom, here's the BOI. So you file online. Okay. YouTube, fincen.gov, which is FINCEN.gov. Yes. And you file online. Now, the second thing, the second thing we covered are the Cash App Kathys and the Venmo Veronicas. And if you've been using Zelle, for business particularly, or even PayPal, Apple Pay, I would assume yes. It's not on this list, but again, it said all, how did it classify it? All third-party payment apps. So Apple Pay is a third-party payment. Let me get some water. Because I can't. I just can't. Oof. So anyways, Apple Pay is a third-party payment app, so it's going to count. So anything over $5,000 in Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or Apple Pay, or Venmo, you are going to be taxed, essentially. and you'll be sent a 1099K early next year. Okay. So what we're going to talk about in our Financial Freedom Masterclass on Thursday. And this masterclass is free. So I'm going to show you guys where to secure your seat, but we're going to be going over how you're going to make money online. We're also going to be going over how you are going to secure funding this year, even with all these changes. Okay. I don't want these changes to scare you guys, you know, the BOI, the IRS thing, because at the end of the day, we're ready. You know, that's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for. That's what we do these classes for. That's what I go live for. Comment ready in the chat. You're ready. Okay. It's just important for us to know this. And here's the thing. I can almost guarantee when we go file a new LLC, you know, we're not going to see this on a billboard somewhere. Right. So like, it's not going to be, they're not going to help us to know this. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? You know, when there's a new Apple iPhone launch, you're going to see it everywhere. You're going to see ads, etc. This BOI form, this IRS $5,000 limit, there's not going to be any billboards about this. You're not going to get an ad, you know, in your phone or on Instagram that says, hey, business owner, you know, just because we want to help you, don't forget about this. You're not going to see that. Now, take that as you will. Again, I'm not saying a lot, but I am saying a little. I think we all know that when you decide to step into entrepreneurship, especially as, you know, a Black or minority owned business, there's not like a handbook for you that says, hey, here's all the things to do not to fail because we love you. No, they wait until after you miss a deadline, or they wait until after you make a mistake and they tell you, oh, no, you did it wrong. We're about to put a lien on your account. Okay. So just know that is how we're operating. That's why we have to look out for each other. These kinds of conversations happen all the time within communities of white entrepreneurs. So we have to make sure they happen all the time within communities of Black entrepreneurs, Latina entrepreneurs, you know, just our communities. Because again, you know, they're not going to send you a mailer that says, hey, you should know. They're just going to expect you to know. And when you don't know, they're going to start finding you. Okay. So we're going to talk about how to make money online, how to secure funding this year with these changes, and just some other things you can do to manage your money better in 2024 for class. So let me show you guys how you're going to secure your seat. It's super easy. Y'all are so funny. All right, so YouTube, I'm going to show you guys too, but essentially you're going to go to my page on Instagram, and you're going to click on the link in my bio. And that is going to take you right here. You're going to join the Financial Freedom Workshop. Boom. And you're going to click, yes, I want to attend. Now, it is free to register, but I want you to be even more prepared. So once you register, you are going to add on your prep kit, okay? It is only $37, and you're getting all 4 things. Your mini course on getting funding, a workbook, the business plan template, and the projections formula. So how you're going to do your own projections to help your business grow. So you got to add that on, okay? Free to come to class. Adding on the workbook is highly recommended so that you can have all this good stuff too. And then once you add that on, you're just going to enter your information, and the workbook and everything will be sent to you via email, okay? So one more time, go to the link in my bio, boom, click on Financial Freedom Workshop, register, and don't forget to add on your prep kit right here, boom, and it will be sent via email. So I'm going to wait for you guys to do that. Again, we have 176 seats left. The class is on Thursday, so there's more than 176 of y'all in here. So I would go right now to secure your seat. And yes, it will be recorded. So if you're going to be at work, no worries, but you'll only get the recording if you are registered. Good. I'm so glad. So for those of you who are on YouTube, you're just going to pop over to my Instagram really quickly. I haven't learned how to add a link on YouTube yet, but I will learn. But so in the meantime, you are going to head over to my Instagram, click on the link in my bio, click Financial Freedom Workshop, secure your seat, and then register. And as I mentioned, you're going to add on this prep kit. So you're getting it all for $37, and it's coming with the mini course on funding, the workbook, the business plan template, and my projections formula. Excuse me, that walks you through how to develop your own projections. So don't leave home without it. Don't come to class without it. All right, so let me give you guys like another minute to go register and then come back because we do have some good questions in the question box. Oh, yes, these are some good questions. We have about 5 or 6 good questions. And if you do have a question, go ahead and, put it in the chat now for YouTube, or if you're on Instagram, put it in the question box. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to register. That was fast. So we have 102 seats left. So I think 50 or 60 of you guys have already gotten your seat. So there's just over 100 left. And I'm excited. Yes, okay, I see a couple questions coming in. So we'll give everyone about 30 more seconds to secure their seat. Ooh, this is a good one. I love when you guys have these good questions. Okay. All right, you guys got your seat. Yes, it will be recorded. All right, so let's just jump into one. Oh, okay. So I don't know if I can show the question on screen, but I'll read it to you. She asks about her BOI. She says, I just submitted mines before you went live. I have a dissolved LLC. Do I need to file a report for that too? That is a great question. Yes. So remember the third qualification I shared with you guys for the BOI forms. If you have a change to any of your business entities, you have to file. So even if you dissolve that LLC last year, you want to go ahead and just file and let them know that that LLC doesn't exist anymore, so that they're not waiting for that change, okay? So if you dissolved an LLC this year, go ahead and let them know that change, okay? I would definitely be safe rather than sorry. So yes, if you close an LLC, dissolve an LLC, no longer use the business anymore, go ahead and file. Someone asks, what about Cash App? So for that IRS 1099K, yes, any amount over $5,000 received via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay, etc. will be taxed. Will be taxed. Okay? So I would just avoid, you can use it for personal payments, of course, but anything for your business, use a payment processor. And the payment processors we mentioned today were Stripe, Square, QuickBooks, Shopify, and then if you're selling digital products, whatever your digital product platform is. Now, when you come to class on Thursday, we're going to go over some other payment processors and share how you can use payment processors to secure funding. So, okay, this person says, what about a DBA? Do you need a BOI? So let me explain this, you guys, real quick. You cannot have a DBA without an LLC. Yes, the free financial freedom class on Thursday is going to be right at the link in my bio. on Instagram. But what I'll do for you guys, YouTube, is as soon as I post this live, I'll also put the link in the description, because that may help. Because YouTube is a little different than Instagram, but it's going to be in the description, okay? So as I was saying, a DBA is not valid without an LLC. For some reason, we are in a chokehold and have the idea that you can just have a DBA without having an LLC. But remember, you form your LLC and then your DBA means doing business as. So you can only really have a DBA if you have a valid LLC. Now, you can have a DBA as a sole proprietor, but we're not doing that. We left that behavior in 2021. We're not having sole proprietorships. You've got to have an LLC because that's the only real way you can build business credit. Okay? So if you have a DBA and an LLC, yes, you have to form the BOI. Yes, good question, Kamisha. Even if your business hasn't even made $2, if you have no profit, you still have to file the BOI. Again, y'all, we are not going to let them catch us up because they will fine you $500 a day. So you still have to file the BOI. Even if your business has made no money, you've got to file it. Okay? You've got to file it. No. Okay, so if you have a DBA and an LLC, you don't file 2 BOIs, you just file 1. Remember, your DBA essentially sits on top of your LLC. So if your LLC is called, Johnson Family Construction, but your business is known as, or it's doing business as, which is what DBA stands for, it's doing business as, the Jones family or the Johnson family, then that sits on top of the LLC. So that's one entity. Yes. Okay, comment got it if you got it. So that's one entity, so you're going to file 1 BOI. Am I coming with new courses this year? Yes. You guys know I retired all of my classes at the end of that last year. And not because I'm not going to be teaching funding or grants anymore, but it's time to come with some new stuff. I can't keep selling y'all the same model iPhone every single year. It's time to come with the iPhone 15 to 16. So yes, we're going to have new classes all about making money online, investing, passive income, etc. So I'm really excited about that. Yes. Good question. So you're going to go on the website fincin.gov to find your BOI report. All right. Now I am going to save this live to my page. It's also going to be saved to my YouTube. So if any of you guys missed the beginning, in the first 5 to 10 minutes, we talk all about BOI. Now, here's what you guys are going to do. If you haven't yet secured your seat to my class on Thursday, I want you to go secure your seat right now. And also DM me the word freedom. Okay, DM me the word freedom so that we can get you as a part of our financial freedom challenge this year, and also make sure that you are secured for the financial freedom class also on Thursday. But remember, we'll be spending 5 days during my financial freedom challenge in February, literally only working for an entire week on your financial freedom plan. All right, so that's coming too. So DM me the word freedom on Instagram so that we can get you locked in for class this week. And also so that I can just talk to you and we can talk about, your goals and how I can help you get there for this year. Yes, class is, let me just double check. Class is at 2 Eastern on Thursday and it is recorded. So if you've got work, make sure you register because that's how you get the replay. Yes, I love you guys. I'm proud of you. I've got to go eat because one thing about this baby, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but let me tell y'all, when I'm hungry, this baby is kicking me. And this baby is long. So, there's only one in here, but I'll get a kick, under my rib cage. Then it feels like a punch down here on the side. you know, then it feels like, you know, the head is just, I'm like, where are you? Where are you going? So I would love to stay on here forever, but the baby's like, wrap it up. I need food. And girl, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but all I do know is the baby doesn't play. When mommy's hungry, he be like, oh, that's amazing, Marsha. Please DM me. Yeah, you know, so I'm like, okay, I got the message. But this was a great class. Definitely love you guys. It was so important for us to cover this. Make sure you secure your seat for the financial freedom class on Thursday so we can dive in. And then if you came in a little late, just rewatch the first few minutes of this replay. All right. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.